This is A-Game, fast acting, long lasting, with no side effects.
Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your host, femininity coach, and author of The Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So what we got for you today is this is really Black women's fault. You've destroyed your own public image. The image that people have and the stereotypes that people go with as it concerns Black women is really Black women's own fault. And we're going to get into it. I'm going to show you a little video, and then I'm going to give you sort of the context of those things. And then we're going to cook about where this bad image is really coming from. So let me go ahead. I'm going to share my screen, and here we go.
So am I the only one who notices this trend of like...
I too saw that trailer and I was very confused about what I was watching, because the show was positioning itself to be, or it seemed like it was going to be about women who were strippers or in SW work and, didn't want to be that anymore. But at one point during that trailer, one of those sisters got up and started grinding on who the host or the interviewer was. And then the shot that they got when she did it was very explicit. And I was just sitting there like, what the hell is this? What am I watching? Like, I'm so sick and tired of seeing Black women like this. Every time a bunch of dark-skinned Black women, they put a bunch of dark-skinned Black women on TV, it's always over-sexualized, a bunch of drama, a bunch of fighting. It's just a bunch of foolishness, a bunch of coonery, and I'm so sick and tired of it. And I know there are thousands and thousands and thousands of Black women that are also tired of it, because we do so much more than have sex and fight, right? But they keep on portraying us like this, and we got to do something about it, because...
Okay, I'm going to stop sharing. Now, we can see that this was a stitch. The video that she stitched with the young lady with the pink in her hair, her original video is no longer available. So I can't share that with you. But I did have an opportunity to watch that video before it got taken down or whatever happened to it. And what she was referring to, what the first girl was referring to, was a trailer that of some new ratchet TV reality show that was supposed to be coming on Zeus network. We're going to talk about Zeus in a minute. That was supposed to be about something about women in SW work or strippers who didn't want to be strippers anymore. But whatever the trailer was, I have not seen it. I never saw it. Must have had some explicit shots. And that was a young lady, the first lady with the pink in her hair. She was a young lady, and what she was really saying was, why are we being bombarded with these images? Why are we as Black women being constantly sort of given these images of Black women doing these vulgar things? It's always very over-sexualized. It's always very ratchet. It's always all this fighting and cussing and clowning and sex. And, why are we being given this type of imagery as a reflection of Black women for us to consume? And she's like, I'm a little tired of it. Why are we, every show, has got to be like that or whatever. And I definitely agree with her. And I'm glad that more young women are starting to kind of shake it off and be like, okay, this is not, we don't like this. This is kind of crazy. Like, why are we being spoon-fed this type of imagery and this type of thing for us to connect to? The whole world sees it, so everybody else thinks that this is what Black women are about. And I'm not about that. That it don't apply to me. And it's becoming more, it's becoming not good enough to just think in your mind that it don't apply to you, but you gotta kind of come out and say it like, wait a minute, those images don't apply to me. I don't do that. Okay. But let's talk about a little bit about Zeus Network. If you don't know about Zeus Network, that's good, because Zeus is ridiculous. I don't recommend anybody pay attention to Zeus channel. I don't even have it. I don't know where to get it. And if I did, I wouldn't say, because I don't want to give them any shine. But Zeus is a mini BET, just to give you that. It's got all them little real ratchet shows on there, the really ratchet reality / ratchet TV. And the shows are even more ratchet than the reality shows that BET actually has on there, if you could believe it. So that's really what I got from the first girl, is that she was expressing how tired she is as a young Black woman of seeing these images be kind of spoon-fed to her, and you're supposed to look up to those images, or you're supposed to pattern yourself after these images, or be defined by them, or live like that, or this is something that you as a Black woman are supposed to aspire to. This low grade, low value, gynocentric, hyena, promiscuous thought behavior. You know, Black women are supposed to be the vanguards of those types of things. And so, you know, what she was basically saying is it doesn't sit right with her. You know, it's not cute. It's not funny. It doesn't sit right anymore. And it's become more and more degenerate and disgusting as each reality show attempts to outdo the other one in shock value. Okay. The second sister basically reiterated what the first lady was saying in the video that was no longer available. And she had all facts, because she was basically saying, okay, why is this like this? And what are we going to do about it? Like, we have to do something about it. And the reality is, Black women brought this on themselves. The collective of Black women did this. Black women are to blame for the current image and the current state of Black female imagery on television and throughout social media, because they popularized what is now known as the reality TV / ratchet TV genre. And this really took off with Flavor of Love, okay? All them years ago, what's that's been? Almost 20 years ago or something like that. Flavor of Love came out, and it was ratchet, it was stupid, it was ridiculous, but the viewership was off the charts. So anytime a network sees that there's a particular show that gets a lot of viewership, no matter what that show consists of, they feel like, okay, we might actually have a winning formula. So they're going to try to recreate it any way that they can in order to ensure that they can get that type of viewership and draw the viewership to their channel. This is how channels make money, okay? So not only did Black women watch to get the viewership up and make those stations like BET say, okay, this is what we have to do in order to get the Black female and, you know, gay Black male population to watch our shows. This is how we reach that demographic, by having this ratchet stuff. Not only was it the viewership, but also Black women, that same demographic, what they saw was an avenue that they could use for getting attention, for getting fame, and hopefully a quick dollar, because it wasn't as lucrative then during Flavor of Love as it is now if you were able to get on these reality TV shows, okay? So because of the success of Flavor of Love and, you know, other shows like it, even though all of these shows are not based on somebody trying to find love and blah, 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 it's based on technically other premises, the concept is the same. Now we have Basketball Wives that took off, okay? We now have, in all of its iterations, we have Love and Hip Hop in all of its iterations. Love and Hip Hop New York, Love and Hip Hop Miami, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, you know, whatever. Then we got the Real Housewives of wherever, okay? And one of the most ratchet ones has been Real Housewives of Atlanta. I haven't watched any other Housewives, so I don't know if there's a more ratchet one. It probably is. I don't know about it. You can probably put it in the comment section or something, but it's the Real Housewives of Atlanta, blah, 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 blah. So as Black women and their zaddy companies that they work for capitalize off of the destructive image of Black women fed into their own minstrel show. This is why I say your minstrel show, because this is what this is. It is these reality ratchet shows, because on the Zeus channel, I do believe they had Jocelyn Hernandez. She real ratchet. Okay? She real ratchet. She was running some type of little thing with strippers or something. And it was, I never watched not a single episode, but I saw little commercials for it or whatever. And I'm like, okay, they constantly bring these sort of images in. And then you got Mona Scott Young, another Black woman, okay, that's capitalizing off of the bad image of American Black women. Mostly. Because it's only a few Black women on these ratchet shows and stuff like that hail from other cultures. Maybe she might be Caribbean or she might be from somewhere else. It's not a whole lot of them. It's just a sprinkling dot of them. But it's more so American Black women like from the hood or whatever, and like the Afro-Latinas. But mostly American Black women have been leading the charge with this type of stuff. So these companies, these Black women who are in positions like Mona Scott Young, the zaddy company that she worked for, BET, are all making all of this money off of the ratchet, crazy, destructive, negative imagery and public appearance value of Black women. And Black women support it. Black women and gay Black men have been the biggest heavy-handed supporters of this nonsense, because straight Black men do not watch these shows by and large. They really don't. Okay? A lot of the lionesses that I know who were married was not allowed to even watch them shows. You understand? Men don't even want those shows playing in their house because of the destructive messages that get passed through from the show to whomever's watching it. And they don't want their wives and daughters and things like that and sons tainted by this foolishness. Hats off to all of the brothers who run their house like that. Hey, I don't never want to walk in and hear, you know what I'm saying, one of these chicks on these reality shows saying nothing. That shouldn't even be playing in my house, period. And a lioness, we don't watch that stuff. We don't really watch that stuff because it is a taint. You can say, oh, it's just entertainment value. We can find other things that are better suited for us, that may be more educational, or at least not giving us these harmful tropes and stereotypes. We at least don't contribute to the ratings that keep these types of things on air, because they're not never going to stop making this stuff until Black women stop participating in it, stop watching it. If the viewership go down, I guarantee you they'll stop. But Black women love stuff like this. They love being part of the minstrel show. And it's not just reality TV shows. It's all these other little shows, these little Tyler Perry shows and these little shows. You know what I'm saying? What's that other one? Something sugar. I forgot. It's something sugar. And then it's another one, Greenleaf. Now, I have never watched these shows, but I've seen little excerpts. I have to be looking like, this is what we doing? They don't want shows like the Cosby Show on the air anymore, but we can, Queen Sugar, that's what the name of it is. Queen Sugar, we can watch that foolishness. And Black women will sit there faithfully every week or whenever, however they watch it, and watch these shows. Viewership be out the roof. These companies aren't going to stop showing things that make them money. If Basketball Wives hadn't never took off, you wouldn't have seen not one more. You wouldn't have never had Love and Hip Hop. If Flavor of Love hadn't took off, you wouldn't have had none of them. It would have fizzled out that first season and nobody would have came back. That's a losing formula right there. Nobody want to see that stuff. Obviously, nobody wants to see that type of television. But Black women didn't send that message. We sent a different message. And now they trying to outdo each other with shock value. And they're degrading the image of Black women more and more and more. And Black women are living up to it. So you don't know if life is imitating art or if art is imitating life at this point. The biology and the culture have blended together in foolishness. And this is why, from reality TV to no voting, no effing, okay? I don't even want to say the word that they said because it sounds too close. But y'all know what I'm saying. That foolishness that we covered, from that to that, a lioness must be able to speak out. We must be willing to speak out, and we must become the new face and representative of the Black woman collective. And we have to change our culture by changing our biology. And how we change our biology is changing the way we view ourselves, which will change the way the world view us. We have to now become the vanguard. We cannot sit idly by while these and try to wait for these hyenas to fizzle out, because they're going to keep acting a fool and misrepresenting us. And we have some responsibility here to become that new face. We have to be the catalyst for the change in Black women by changing how we think, how we speak about ourselves, how we speak to each other about ourselves, and not in these negative ways and referring to each other as bees and all of this other type of stuff is negative. We have to be the ones to make this change. I'm calling on all lionesses. This is our responsibility in your own home, in your own self, with your own family, with your own friends. This is where it begins. Okay? So I just want to, before we sign off, I want to bring everybody's attention to the Black Lives Matter petition that we have. We are over 8,000 signatures, so we are shooting for 10,000 signatures as well. If you want to be part of holding Black Lives Matter accountable for the more than $100 million theft that they committed upon the Black community, please go ahead and click that link inside of the description box where you can sign the petition, share it, and also contribute to it as well. Also, sound off in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host of Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.
Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.